a little disclaimer, and finally we get to work on the Sansei again. Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you on a Thursday afternoon, 1:17 in the afternoon. I have been catching up on videos, and I drank a cup of hot chocolate. It's a little chilly this morning. I woke up to looking at the thermostat. It was 62 in here. That's a little chilly. Not unbearable. Obviously, I was nice and warm and toasty under my heated blanket. And I even still keep the ceiling fan going of a night. I like the air flowing, and it's a little crisp on your face, which is obviously not covered up. Anywho, what I'm doing here today is I want to bring up this computer one last time before I do something else. I did leave it on overnight. There has been no change at all in the status of the battery. It's showing dead, and according to Linux at least, it's charging, but it's not. So the thing that indicates to me, Jack posted something about this, and I kind of disagreed with him at first, but now that I thought about it last night, I think he's right. There's a indicator right here on the front panel of the computer for charging, and this will charge without the computer on. I mean, if the power is hooked up to it, that light will light up. If the battery is depleted or even needs a little charge, it will light up. So there is obviously some circuitry in here completely independent of any operating system other than what's built into the computer itself. So that's not lighting up, and I found a battery online for $9.90 shipped. May try that. May try one of those and see if that makes a difference, and if it doesn't, either I'll leave this plugged in all the time or scrap it, one of the two, because you gotta have some kind of backup for your, because if you don't leave it plugged in all the time, every time you plug it in, then you have to change the date and all that stuff. So that's my view on that. And anyway, it's in the way right now. I'm going to get it out of the way. Going to get rid of this. Going to clean off the bench and get ready to start working on the Sansei, as I mentioned. I want to do that. I don't have to pick up Kylie today, so Variac is still going to be sitting there. It's not bothering me. I wish it was fixed, but other than that, it's not bothering me. You may have noticed a new disclaimer, as it were, on the front of this video. This is a result of Bill, old 64 goat. I get people like that too sometimes, and I guess they don't understand that, what's going on, so I thought I'd put that in there, and I know it's long and I didn't allow much time, but I figure most intelligent people know how to pause a video to read it. So that's what you need to do if you want to read the whole thing. It basically states that I'm not an expert in anything. I'm not, never have been, and I do have some knowledge of many things, and whatever is contained in my videos is my views, and that's it. It's the way I do things. It may not be the right way, it may not be the proper way, or whatever you want to call it, but it's my way, and it's how I do things. So that's never has been intended, and I thought that was obvious. Obviously it's not. Given the state of the comments sometimes you receive, people think, well, you're an idiot, you did it this way or that way or whatever. Everybody's got the right to their opinion, but at the same time, I never claimed to be an expert. So that's my thing on that. So I'm going to be putting that on the first of my videos all the time. I'm just, I see how far Bill had to take it as far as And you know, with Bill, I understand he gets upset over stuff like that. I try not to let that bother me. I mean, you know, let's face it, people are different. That's what I keep telling Kylie, that's what it takes to make up a world. I mean, you know, different people. So anyway, that's what that's all about. In case you did see that and did read it, just a, you know, a reminder, I guess, is for what I'm saying for people watching my videos. This is my video. You know, it's what I think, what I do, what I, you know, it has nothing to do with anything or anybody else, really. So, anywho, enough of that. Let me get on to cleaning the bench, and we'll come back with the Sansei, and we'll have some fun with that. Well, it's not perfect, but it's much cleaner than it was. One of the things you might notice here is my missing sponge. I don't know what happened to it. Somehow in the process of moving it around like I did, the sponge has went missing. I've looked underneath of it. Well, I tried to look underneath of it, but it's not obviously there. A lot of solder down there. But anyway, so I guess I'll go ahead and turn it on because I'm going to need the soldering iron. I guess I'll just use this. That should work in a pinch. Like I said, I like my wet sponge better. It just seems to work better for me anyway. May not for you, but that's what I'm doing. So I think, like I say, without further too much ado, I'm going to have to put the Sansei here, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, just like magic, there it appears, and that's where we're going to start at. Is I have no idea. I have this piece to mount. I think it's going to go here like that, and that's the little safety cap will go on that. What I need is my schematic that I made up, and that's probably the best place to get started at, is that. I'm going to need some pieces of wire because underneath here, if we look under here, there's going to have to be a wire run from the switch over to the this wire right here. I think you can see that, and that's for the AC, the filament voltages, and that will do that. Now my plan is, and I've done lost my little right there. Alright, now I have found it. I forgot exactly how I was going to do this, but I think, let's get one out here and see. There's two included in the deal, so I'll have an extra. Now on this, I was thinking about putting this here. I could do it this way, it'd be easier, I think. There. Now that's my idea of how to do this. Now obviously this is going to be in here, so it will be out of the way, I hope. But you can see, I think, let me get one of the caps I'm using out of here. It's not going to leave a lot of space for these caps. But anyway, there you can see the size that I'm going to be dealing with. Now, if I just put 1, 2, 3 in a row, I might be able to get them in there, but there's not going to be any room for anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to allow for much else in there, and probably hard to see. But I think what I'll do is, if I do it this way, I'll go ahead and leave that out, and get this like this, and mount all the caps as close as I can here, and that will make it easier, I do believe. Obviously, I could go this way. This is the ground pin, obviously, And I probably will put something in there to stimulate the ground a bit more than that. So I think I can use this one for a wire if I don't have a wire, and we'll use that for something. I don't really know. Oh, I know what that is. That's the that goes to the speaker. I can't use that one. But this other one here, I think that was long enough to go over here. Pretty sure. Anyway, let me get the schematic and go from there. And like I said, see what I have here, and I think I may go ahead and put this back in because I'm done messing around down there, and I can solder it easier in, I think, than I can otherwise. Alright, I am back with you again. Give me a pointy stick. We can see here's the first part of our modification was this. Moved our switch over to the other side, and this line goes to ground, which is already done. And this has we got to run a wire to here to the switch. That wire may be there, I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, past that, one wire will go to the resistor. The other wire goes back to the filament string. And I think I showed that, but I don't know if I did for sure. This is the wire right here that goes for the filament string. So that's the one we're going to have to concentrate on and get a wire back from the switch. And I do have the switch in now, mounted in good and tight, solid. So here is the I believe this is the wire. Yeah, this is the wire from the, this will go to one side of the switch, and there will be a wire come off of that, go down through there, or actually up through there, come up here to this terminal strip here that I'm going to mount there, and it will mount on that side, and I'll show it to you when I get there. But and then from there it will have a capacitor across it, the safety cap, and it will go to the 1N4007, which will go back down into the hit the terminal strip that I'm going to be mounting here with all the capacitors on it. And so that's going to be how it's working. Now these other extra wires here, like this speaker wire and these wires, well, not that one, but this one here gets tied into the terminal strip also. And I've got the diagram, as you can see. I believe this gives a red wire to the audio transformer, which is this one here, and that gets mounted there to the middle. And back with my pointy stick, there's a red wire to pin 6 of the 50EH5, which is this wire here. I'm sorry, that wire there. And that was going to have to be extended some because it's not long enough to reach up here. So there's a red wire for there. There's also a red wire to the selector switch, and that's this one here. Now this one is long enough, so it won't have to be modified, just stripped and put on there. But I think you've seen that, didn't you? And so then there's also a 220K ohm resistor that ties in. There's going to be a lot tied to this last leg of that terminal strip. And of course the 60 meg or microfarad caps are there, which are actually 68s. But anyway, that's what we're going for. And now that I have it in my head, maybe I can get something done. So I'll bring you back when I have the first little leg done. And I think that will be, I think I'm going to take this in steps. I'm going to get this mounted up here to the switch, get a wire or get the resistor running through the hole there, which that hole, you know, I'm going to put a piece of spaghetti on it to where it doesn't can't short out. But I'm gonna try to turn this switch just a little bit more over that way to get that away from there as much as possible. So that's that, and we'll bring you back when I show you the next little stage that I have ready. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead. This thing's getting monumental before I even get started, so I think I'm going to go ahead and make this a video explaining basically what I'm going to be doing and stuff like that, and then we'll put the actual work in the second video. and I think that's the best way to do it, given the length of my opening here. I think that's a better way to do it. So I'm trying to keep these about 10 minutes if I can. So alright, we'll talk to you later when I have more to show you, and you guys have a pleasant evening. Afternoon. It's 2:02 now, and you guys have a pleasant afternoon. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.